Party1019.com. This is New York's #1 for throwbacks. The new Party 1019.
So we're going to get straight into who is Emily Brooklyn. Okay. So I have a question that people are asking, and it's so juicy. Where does Brooklyn come from? Like, are you from Brooklyn? Like, is your name Brooklyn? Please clear it up, because what is the Emily Brooklyn part? We need to know.
Okay. Let's clear this up one time for the one time. I get this question probably 3 times a day.
Really?
Emily Brooklyn is my real government middle name.
I knew it, guys.
Yes.
See, I was sitting there and I was talking to Johnny Fastlane, and we were talking about it, and I'm like, I don't think she's from Brooklyn.
No.
I think her middle name is Brooklyn. And I know that I had a feeling that that's what that was.
Yes.
So your name is Brooklyn.
Me and my mom's name is Brooklyn.
Is that her first name?
No, her last name is my middle name.
Well, your mother's last name is Brooklyn?
Yes.
Interesting. Where's your mom from?
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
Where I'm from, Denmark.
Is anybody with the last name Bronx?
I don't think so.
I'm just asking because, like, I've never heard of anyone with the last name Brooklyn. That's very...
No. Yeah, so
like,
usually it's first name. Yeah, usually a lot of people have Brooklyn as first name. Uh-huh. But it's my real government middle name.
Okay.
And it's my mom's last name. So I got it from her. Now it's my son's middle name as well. It's also Brooklyn.
We're keeping
we're
the Brooklyn
passing
alive.
The legacy. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so...
Well, what if you have another kid?
They'll be Brooklyn too. Middle name, always.
So they're all getting Brooklyn?
Everybody.
Okay.
I'm not having any other kids though. But
she's like, I'm done. Nah, are you sure?
Yes. No, let me
what if
not
you, like, get married
block my
and
blessings.
Yeah, don't say that, because,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
still very
young.
Yeah. And not for nothing, I feel like our kids need siblings, bro. Like, do you have siblings?
That's why I want a man with kids. Let our kids be siblings. I don't need another one. I don't need a... Maybe, I'm be honest, I'm probably just traumatized from the first time, and it makes me not want to go through it again. But I'm like, what if I had like a blissful pregnancy and like,
What if it's everything you ever wanted?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I won't block my blessings and say never. But I just know that it will be very different the second time around if I ever choose to do it again. No shade to the first time. No shade to the first time, but I'm just saying. Yeah, it got to be way different the second time if I'm going through that again. But
So we're living on the Brooklyn name.
We're passing on Brooklyn for sure.
Okay, so you're not. Do you live in Brooklyn?
Yes.
Okay, so that's interesting.
So that's the thing, like...
She lives in Brooklyn.
Right.
So
born and raised in Denmark, Copenhagen, have been coming back and forth to New York my whole life because of family. Uh-huh. And then at 20 or 19, I moved here by myself. Completely dolo.
That was just the thing that y'all did.
Yeah, like...
So you're from Denmark?
I'm from Denmark, Copenhagen.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was back and forth to New York my whole life. So I feel
you
like...
were very familiar with New York already.
And I always knew I wanted to live here.
Okay.
Since I was like 10 years old, I was like,
where would you come,
that's
though,
where I belong.
when you would come? To, like, would you go to Brooklyn?
No.
Or would you be in the city?
Not very much. Very much Manhattan,
Okay.
Harlem.
Okay.
Spent a lot of time in Harlem. My dad's like a big jazz head, soul.
Okay.
So he
That's
took me
the
to Harlem.
place to be. Yep.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time in Harlem, a lot of time in Manhattan.
Me too.
And
I love Harlem.
Yeah, at 19, I moved here by myself. And it just so turned out when I was...
Where did you live? Who did you live with?
I rented a room in Bed-Stuy.
The hood.
The hood.
Yo, Shawty said I'm out and I'm gonna rent a room. Oh, I cannot. That takes balls.
I lived 1 block away from
By yourself
Marcy.
at 19?
By myself at 19.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I feel like Europeans are so much like more open to like traveling. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, girl. You're gonna look at me crazy. I have not traveled international as of yet, and I would never go anywhere by myself because I'm scared that I'm gonna get taken.
Yeah. That's
like,
very
you
American.
are so freaking cute. Like, you know what I mean? I would never be like, okay, I'm going to New York and I'm gonna rent a room in somebody's random ass house in Brooklyn. Like, I don't have. I'm scared.
No, a lot of people are. It's not normal what I did. It's not like a European
going
thing.
to different states are like going to different countries.
Absolutely.
In my opinion, in America. Like, I don't need to go to like Europe. Like, there's so many different diverse cultures here.
Yes,
like,
there is.
Living up north in New York and going down south and going to Cali, like going to Texas. Like, there's a lot of different personalities just here that I've been wanting to go international, but every time my friends go, like, I never get a chance to go. But I would never go by myself and never decide to just move by myself.
Why not?
Because I'm scared.
Of what?
Because I seen the movie Taken.
Girl, please.
And I swear, it killed me.
That's
for like
a movie.
I mean, that's some
but
real
it takes.
ish,
but it happens.
I be telling my daughter that. I be scaring her.
You have to be really street smart. I was just been street smart from a young age.
Really?
As soon as I moved into Bed-Stuy, I got cool with everybody on the block instantly.
But why would you do that?
Everybody. I got cool with Mugshot. His name is Mugshot. The first week, and they held me down the
Did
whole
they?
time. Yep.
That's so good.
The whole time I was living in Bed-Stuy, it was like,
I don't
what
trust
you need,
other
Em?
people. I think it's the New York, like, for you to come here and you, like, I have to understand that there are good people in this world.
But it's not even
And
about.
when I
yeah.
just think everyone is a criminal, like, I just think everyone is out to get me. I would never make friends on my block. Like, dude, I live on my block right now, and I've lived in my block for 3 years, and I don't say hi to not nobody on my block. Yo, I keep to
okay.
myself. Like, growing up in the hood, like, I'm a project baby, so
Yeah,
I
it's
grew up in the
different.
hood.
Yeah.
It's cool, but, like, when I moved out and I had my own kid, like, we don't talk. We're not going to neighbors' houses. We're not doing that. Like,
I feel you.
Very much do what you gotta do and come back home. Like,
I also am like that now, but I think first coming to New York, I still had that very European mindset where it's like, oh, you can just talk to whoever, you can da-da-da. And I definitely...
and just ask questions.
Yeah, I definitely
Not
also
me.
like
I
got
would get
burned
lost.
from that a lot. Like I know
That's what I'm
now.
saying.
Yeah, but you have to remember, I am moving into Bed-Stuy, a young, blonde, blue-eyed European
That's what I'm
girl.
saying.
Like if I'm not really like, because people are already looking at me in a certain type of way.
First of all, you stand the hell out.
People already looking at me like, oh, this white girl. Like they already looking at me like that.
Right,
So I
right.
have to be like, hey, what's up? This is my name. Like, this is where I come from. And they already knew me from Instagram majority. So it's like they already knew who I was.
okay.
So now I live on the block and they know who I am. And now, oh, what's up, Emily? They already like, you feel me? So I'm buying weed from the person down the block. Like at this point, I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm just getting cool with everybody on the block. And they held me down. Like I went through some real...
At least you had some like good people like
To this
with you.
day, they be like, you know, I go to their house for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
They'll call me and like, yeah, I have people, like real good people.
So
in
let me
Brooklyn that
ask. This
take
is
care of me.
a funny question. So are you invited to the barbecues?
Yes.
Okay.
I throw the barbecues.
Nah, Shorty said I throw the barbecues. What?
No.
She's like, just bring the burgers. I got this. Don't worry. I love that. So
mean-
let me ask, because I feel like you're very much involved with the Black community, right?
Yeah.
Like I look at you, and you give like urban to
Yeah.
me. You don't give.
Taylor Swift.
Thank you. I didn't know how to say it.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
know you didn't know how to say it.
Thank you.
Let's
So-
not get canceled today.
Let's not get canceled today. Maybe tomorrow, not today. But like, you know, did you ever find it hard for the Black community to embrace you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How so?
Ugh.
Did they make it hard on you, Emily? Bendito.
Yeah. Still to this day.
Yeah.
But I...
Do they ever be like, oh, she's trying to be Black?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I can't stand that.
Oh, for sure. But I think if I was coming to New York and I was like trying to like be a part of something, it would be a different situation. This is like just genuinely who I am. This
Right.
is who I've
Right.
been my entire life. I've been
Right.
dancing hip hop, break dance. In Copenhagen, I was like the only person. Do you remember when jerking was a thing?
First of all, I know all of those.
Right.
Yeah,
I used
was
to
a
be
dancer
the
growing up, so I've
only
seen
girl
you
in
pop
Denmark.
lock, you get light, like your styling with your hands is really good. And you know, when we're done with this interview, I was gonna ask you, like, I really need help when it comes to styling.
got
Like
you.
hands, I suck so much. Like my legs would be all right, but then my styling, I don't know what to do with my arms.
Yeah, I feel you.
I be lost. And I was looking at some of your videos, and you was literally getting light and then putting on makeup at the same time. I was like, oh, that's a good thing to do with your hands. Like
That comes from voguing because I've been very involved in the voguing
I've seen that.
community.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's like I was involved in all of these communities before I even moved to New York. So a lot of people think like, oh, she just
She
moved here
came
because
here
there was
and
a
tried to
trend.
take the culture.
Yeah, like I've been doing this back home. Like so, it's like I feel like I would take it to heart if I tried to be something I'm not.
Right.
But I'm just like, this is genuinely who I am and what I love. I love hip hop, and I've always loved it. Like my first CD was DMX and Remy Ma.
I love that.
Like that's just like my because my dad is a big jazz, soul, funk head.
Right,
My
right,
brother is a
right.
big hip hop head. So I grew up in a house where that was what I was getting fed, and that's what I liked.
That's true.
So it's like, I think, yeah, sure, I get a lot of hate, but I think that just comes with the territory.
I think
of
it
like,
does too. A lot
Yeah.
of the times I get heat from the Black community, and I'm just like, that's mad weird because I consider myself Black. Like, I'm very much Puerto Rican. Both of my parents are Puerto Rican, but like I grew up in the projects. Like all of my friends were Black. I didn't even know Spanish. So it was just like I had to learn Spanish as I got older, like from like Dominicans who taught me Spanish, like because I didn't know and they would make fun of me. But like sometimes like, and I find me having an identity crisis even as a native New Yorker from the Bronx because I feel like I'm not Spanish enough to be Spanish and I'm not Black enough to be Black. So it's like I'm just stuck in the middle where it's like I have like, do they even know like who I am? You know what I mean? Or people are just like I had this whole debate in college which was like, oh, you can't say the N-word. Dude, I'm gonna say the N-word. Like I don't care what you're saying. Like I don't get it. Like to be honest, the only difference between me and you during slavery times is I was in the house and you was outside. Like what are you talking about? We all would have been slaves, bro. Like you know what I mean? So I thought that would be a really good question to like ask because I see you and I think it'd be really easy for me to embrace you like into the Black community, but even myself. You know, you probably would think I would be easy for me. No, like I get like heat from it too. Yeah, but it was just like.
But I think people are.
But I lived almost the same experiences as like poor people in the Black community. You know what I mean? Like my parents one of my parents is really light skinned. My mother's dark skinned, you know? So it was just like, it was a bunch of like different things, but it's like, oh, I have straight hair. So you don't know what it's like to like have curly hair and then deal with the struggles of that. And your skin is lighter, so you get more opportunities. Like I've had like, and then mind you, most of my homegirls are Black. Like, and I love my Black girls, you know what I'm saying? I love y'all so much. Thank you guys for inviting me to the barbecues, you know?
Thanks for the invite.
Thanks for the invite, you know what I'm saying? But I do feel like that's something that people would look at you and think, you know?
For sure.
I feel
I think
you fit in.
Thank you. But I think there's a bigger conversation here to be had. That is, one thing is your skin color and another thing is culture. And I think people get that mixed up all of the time. Because there are white people in the hoods and there are rich white people. There's Black people in the hoods and there are rich Black people. And that goes for any ethnicity in any color. So I think people, they confuse that a lot of the time. If you grew up and that was your culture, that's your culture.
Right.
But if you grew up in a mansion in the hills and then all of a sudden you moved into the Bronx, I was like, let me be a part of this. You don't fit in. You're not a part of the culture. And I think people, that's the conversation really to be had. It's a cultural thing and it's an adversity thing. Like how they talk about white privilege and all these things. I'm very aware of that. And I'm always trying to like acknowledge that as well with my friends. Of course, I feel a big difference in how people approach me when I'm alone, or if I'm with my Black friends. Like I see it all, and I've always had in Copenhagen. My best friend was from Nigeria. I've always had a very diverse friend group. So I've always recognized that in many situations I get treated different. And so I'm always aware of that, and I'm always, you know, I'm not blind to what's going on. I know the situation we live in, and so that's why I'm also not mad when people are not just like, oh, come in. I get it. You understand me? I'm like, would I let me in if I was you? Like, I get it. I'm not like, oh, why can't you just let me be a part of the culture? Like, I get it. And so I think for me, it's like whenever people meet me and they get to connect with me and they get to talk with me in real life and know me as a person, that's when they're like, oh, yeah, come to the barbecue. But if you just see me on Instagram and you just see me like, oh, it's just this white girl that learned to get like I think it's a person thing. I think you have to get to know people and like have real conversations.
I feel like some people are just haters, you know what I'm saying? And they act, like you said, they act like they love you, but really they're obsessed. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut right into that song, Obsessed. Why you so obsessed with me? Because we want to know.
We want to know.
Because we want to know. So let's get right on into it, and we'll be right back with Emily Brooklyn on Tanny Talks Live.
Streaming.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Tanny Talks Live. We have Miss Emily Brooklyn here.
Hi.
And the topic for today, guys, was step parenting. And if you guys had a chance to tune into the earlier segment, you would have heard us talk about that. But we are now on the second segment of the show where we're talking all about Emily Brooklyn, okay? So let's go into it. Why dance? And why urban dance? You could have been doing ballet, tap, whatever. Like, why?
So actually, I got into dance because I was born with asthma. And
Wouldn't you be out of breath?
Yes. I would be.
I got asthma, so I started dancing.
Yeah. So the doctor told my mom you should put her into some type of physical activity because it's good for the lungs.
Strengthen her lungs.
Yes.
Okay.
So she tried to put me into swimming. She tried to put me into football. And I didn't like any of it. I'm like, this is not me. Like, it's cool, but it's not me. And so my dad, like I mentioned earlier, is big into jazz and instruments. And so he had me go to drumming, guitar. So I was doing instruments already. Mm-hmm. So I was always into music. I was always dancing around the house and da-da-da. So my mom is a hairdresser, and she had a customer one day.
Oh, nice. Hairdresser.
Yeah. And she had a customer one day that was like, hey, I go to this dance school. It's called Flow Dance Academy. It has, like, all the urban styles. Like, she should come check it out. Mm-hmm. And then I just went, and my first
How old were you?
4.
Oh, you was a little small one.
Yes, I was tiny. And my first class was break dance.
Nice.
Yes. And then it was just over from there.
What? You were a 4-year-old? I could just imagine little Emily, 4-year-old break dancer.
My mom
like,
had to like
crawling all
sew
around the
me a
floor.
little pillow so I could stand on my head in class.
Oh, que lindo. That's so cute. She made you a little pillow so your head won't hurt on the floor. Oh, because I know some people wear hats to like protect them when they do that.
Because they get bald.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
The B-boys are really bald. But
B-boys are really bald. That's so
in real
funny.
life. No, but yeah, so I just started going to all these dance classes, and like really I was just so dead ass serious about it from day one. They used to have a monthly competition where you could win a lollipop. And I had to win that competition. Like, it was like,
You
if
were
I
very
didn't
competitive?
win from day one.
I love that.
And my
I am
mom was
too.
like, whoa, like, relax. Like, it's just dance. I'm like, I don't
battling
care.
out all the time.
Yes, I want the gold medal every month. Like, yeah, I was so serious. And then the older I got, the more I got into other styles. So I want to say around like probably like 7 or 8, I got into like hip hop, house, voguing, whacking, locking, popping. I've trained every style my entire life.
I've seen that.
So from like I was 7 to 17, for 10 years, I was in class every day for at least like 5 to 7 hours.
Wow. So you were really about that life and you really loved it. Wow.
I left school.
What's your favorite style of dance?
Hip hop.
But like specifically.
So in Europe, here you would call it pop locking. In Europe, it's called hip hop freestyle.
Okay.
So I would battle hip hop battles.
Like freestyle hip hop.
Freestyle hip
I
hop.
get when you say it like that. I get it.
Yeah. So they would play hip hop music, and then it comes from doing hip hop foundations, and then you create your own style.
Yeah,
because
pop locking is definitely a style of hip hop dance.
That's a new thing I learned about when I come to America.
When did you start getting light? You started getting light in New York, right?
I started getting light in New York.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I came to New York now.
I was getting light back in the day. What? You
Yeah.
can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
I went to a performing arts high school, so
Okay, nice.
And but I studied ballet first,
Okay, cool.
which was weird. And
Yeah.
then you couldn't learn hip hop until you learned ballet first. So I find that interesting that you went straight into
it.
to hip hop, because I mean some dance schools, well in America anyway, like they train you in ballet first and then you move on to like whatever it was. But I always liked the pop locking, the 80s kind of style of dance.
Yeah, me too.
And I seen you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, guys, but I remember the first video I ever saw of you. And it was before like I ever engaged with you, but it was you. And you were standing in front of this store and you were like sitting on a bench, and then you got up and you went in.
The ice cream
and started,
shop?
It wasn't the ice cream. It looks like a pizza shop or something of the sort. And you started getting light, and I'll never forget. I'm like, yo, this white girl is killing it. I'll kid you not. I was like, what is she doing? And then a couple of months ago, you came out with the Cindy Lou Who.
Yeah.
You were getting light in front of the projects in the Cindy Lou Who costume. That is so incredibly fire. I need to know why you did that. Why? When you was like, I'm going to buy the Cindy Lou Who and I'm going to go dance in the hood.
All of these stuff come up so randomly, but that video came about because everybody always used to tell me I look like her. And like, you look like Cindy Lou Who, you look like, and they tried to make it like it is. So I was like, okay, let me turn it around.
Right.
And really, because I'm that girl. Like, if you tell me I can't do something or you try to make something fun, I'm going to really do it and be like, okay. And what else you got to say now?
I noticed that when I started to embrace what the haters were saying, it kind of went away.
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to say now?
Once you say, I am Cindy Lou Who, how's that?
Yeah.
How about them apples? I'm about to get dressed and get light on y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you going to say now?
And
so I'm that girl, okay?
Yeah. So it was like a double thing because I did the video in front of Marcy.
Right.
And I got a lot of hate for that.
I would think that you.
I got a lot of hate for that.
I thought about that in the back of my head. I was like, I hope they're not like being mad and like they're throwing Jay-Z about it, like because that's like his hood or whatever.
Yeah. So the real story about that video was like I lived there, right? I live right next to Marcy. I have a lot of friends that lived in Marcy, so I was there a lot of the time. I was dating this guy at the time. He was like, I don't know what he was, but he was a rapper. And he was like, yo, you should, it's JC's birthday today. Like, and you live right in front of Marcy. You just go there.
December 4th?
Yeah, he was like, you live right there next to his project. You should go and like shoot a video as like a homage. So I'm like, okay, sure. Like, I didn't think nothing of it. It was just a random idea he gave me. And I was like, fuck, let me just go do it. And then that turned out to be like one of my most viral, craziest hated videos of all time.
You know,
and it still goes viral
that
every
press is
year.
Still press, right?
It still go viral every year.
So it's okay. Y'all hating on it, but you viewed it, right? Thank you for the 1 million views. Thank you for the comments. Thank you.
It came with a lot. But anyways, a lot of the hate comments on that was, 1, why is she Harlem shaking in Brooklyn? And 2, I bet she won't go back at nighttime.
First of all, wasn't it done at night?
So that's why I went, So that's why I went to Harlem at nighttime. And I was like, okay.
I love that. She's like, all right, I did it right now, y'all.
I was like, all right, I'm going to do Cindy Lou in Harlem at nighttime. Like, I just, like, did everything they said. They talked shit about, and I just put it in one video.
I love that.
And of course, that video got shit, too. But I was like, I was looking for that. I knew that was going to happen.
It's like, no matter what I do, y'all gonna say something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they gonna say, oh, well, you should have went to the Bronx Zoo.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
yeah. And it's like, people don't understand. I'm really there shooting that video. And every 2 seconds is somebody, oh, shit, that's Emily. Yo, let's get a picture. Like, they don't understand I'm really loved in real life. So all the hate you see online is literally just online. Nobody has ever said anything to me in real life because I'm cool. Like, I'm not a weirdo. Like, I'm not just here to profit or like, that's just like, I'm just having fun at this point. Yeah. Like you want to.
They don't know how to embrace the love, I feel like. So is there anything that we could look forward to? Like anything you want to spill right now on iHeartRadio? Tell us.
I'm dropping my Hollaback freestyle music video in a couple of weeks. I'm excited for that. Definitely also summertime videos definitely also coming out this summer. I have a couple of interesting collabs coming up. I can't say too much, but just stay tuned. And yeah, everything is just like the music, the dancing. I'm getting into like, I want to start more direction, like directing music videos for other artists. So cool. Yeah, because basically that's what I do all the time. I direct my own videos.
And you said you've worked with like other artists. Like, have you danced in like music videos or anything like that? Tell us about it. Yeah,
so I did A Boogie and Khaled's video right back in LA a couple years ago. I've worked a lot with Fabio. I love
Fabio. He's so great.
Yeah, I was heavy in that camp. They embraced me. That whole camp really embraced me, and I was in a lot of his videos. I've been in a couple of Rich the Kid videos. I directed Dickie Simmons, Run DMC's son.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I choreographed one of his videos. I work with Danny Lay. I work with...
oh, nice.
Yeah, there's been a couple of big people that has like co-signed me and brought them along, and yeah.
That's kind of why I wanted you on Tanning Talks, because I've seen you myself on your videos, and I see what you're doing, and I think that you're really going to go places. Like, you're really good at your dancing. Like, you're clean.
Thank you.
And not only that, but you smile a freak a lot. Like, you're constantly, like, how do you keep that smile on during your whole dance? Like, you just have this big, bright smile, the cutest little dimples ever. Like, and I think that is so cute that when you dance, like, you know how people got stink faces?
Yeah.
When they dance? You got, like, a big smile when you dance all the time.
I can't. I just, because it makes me happy. It's just my natural feeling, It's like, I could try to be like, if I'm battling, I'm not going to be smiling.
No?
No.
You be battling?
Yeah, if I'm in my battle mode, I'm not. Like, when I used to be heavy in the battle scene, I was mean. Like,
oh, you was mean?
Yeah, I was mean. But now I'm like,
I can't even imagine.
No, I know.
Mean.
But now I'm like, I'd rather just smile. Like, there's enough mean shit going on, mean stuff going on in the world, So I'd rather just make it positive.
And if you could pick 3 artists to collaborate, they have to be major artists. Who would they be and why? And put them in order.
Order?
In order.
In order?
I want them in order.
Wow. Let's start with number 1. I'm gonna go Missy Elliott.
Yes, and she's going on tour.
Is she?
Yes, her, Sierra, and Busta Rhymes and Timbaland. She just announced it like a couple of days ago, like earlier this week. She's going on tour.
That's iconic.
Yeah.
I love Missy. I've been a fan of her.
So she won
since-
2 or 3?
She's 1.
Number uno.
Yeah,
Missy Elliott.
Missy got to be number 1.
Okay.
2, I would probably I want to go all female. Just
Let's
because,
do
like,
it. Why
okay,
not?
okay.
Why not? Let's go.
Missy 1, 2, Cardi.
Cardi B.
Yeah, I would love to work
Shout
with
out to my
Cardi.
Bronx sister.
Yeah,
Why?
I would love to work with Cardi. She's New York. She's supported me. Like, she just reposted my videos, sent me some whip shots. Like, she supports me.
Oh, we love her.
Yeah, anybody that like me, I like them. That's how I move. So
Okay.
Cardi, I'll do Taylor Swift.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
Let me get in that pop box and go crazy.
Let me get in that pop box and
Yeah.
go crazy. Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
why? Just because she's poppy?
She's iconic. I respect what she did. I respect the fan group she has. I respect how big she is and what she does. Like, it would be like a tie between her and Ariana Grande. I feel like they have the pop thing on lock
need
right
that.
now. And I don't want to be tied into any box. I love pop. I love hip hop. I love jazz. I was gonna go Sade. I was gonna go
Ooh.
Janae Eiko. Like, yeah,
Whoa.
her. Like, there's so many female
Yeah,
artists
there is.
that
It's
I
so
love
hard
and I would
to,
love
like-
to work with. But yeah, let me do
So-
some Taylor Swift.
I'm dying. Yeah, just to open up your eyes to like other genres of music.
I mean,
What would you say
summertime.
your genre is? I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, so summertime is Baila Funk from Brazil.
Okay.
So that's definitely like South American, Brazilian. I would say my genre right now is like hip hop, poppy. Like, it's hip hop, but it has like a light twang to it. With the samples and stuff that I'm doing, like it's recognizable, it's fun, it's light. I'm working on stuff that's different also. Like,
Can't wait to see what
yeah,
you got
I'm
in store,
excited.
girlfriend.
Like, yeah.
It's gonna be really juicy. I
Yeah.
cannot wait. I know that you just created a brand new song
I did.
called "Holla Back."
Yes.
And it gives me Gwen Stefani
Mm-hmm.
samples and stuff. Why that? Why like Gwen? Why did you do the Holla Back Girl? Like, what inspired you to like use that sample and create a tough song?
Thank you. I mean, I love Gwen. I think she's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think she is one of the only white females that have been able to exist in like the urban crowd
I agree.
and like actually not be corny or cringy and like just be herself. And I think she's fire. I think her style is fire. I think her legacy is fire. She's one of the people I look up to. And so that's why I did Mariah Carey. Now I'm doing Gwen. The next one is somebody else. But I'm paying homage to a lot of the women that came before me
Right.
with the samples, is my intention behind it. So I thought Gwen was one of the people I wanted to pay homage to.
Yeah.
And
You want to know a fun fact about that song?
what?
I think for a lot of people, that song taught me how to spell bananas. I swear to y'all, I used to spell bananas wrong all the time.
What?
And then, because I didn't know I was
Right.
struggling.
Right.
So
B-A-N-A-N-A, yes. It's
literally,
like, oh, okay.
I was like, that's how you spell bananas. Like, every time I would spell banana, I kid you not, I would freaking sing that song.
That
every
is hilarious.
time.
I love that.
Shout out to Gwen Stefani for teaching me how to spell.
Yeah,
Because, I
shout out
was-
Gwen for that one. Fundamental.
To all the artists who spell out
Yes.
words in their songs for people like me who struggle to spell. So thank you so much for doing that for us because, it's kind of bananas that I needed to know the song.
Yeah.
To spell it. So what we're gonna do right now, we're actually gonna go right into the song
Okay,
Holla Back
exciting.
Girl. And then we come back, we'll kind of close out Tanya Talks live. So stay tuned.
Streaming online at Party One of
Season 4, Episode 1, where we spoke about step parenting. And I have the one and the only Miss Emily Brooklyn here. We just played her latest song called Holla Back. So if you guys know my girl Emily, go check out her music and stream all her stuff. Please tell us where we can find you on all platforms
Yes.
and where's your music. Tell us.
My Instagram is Emily Brooklyn _. Emily is spelled Emilie. My TikTok is Emily Brooklyn __. YouTube, Emily Brooklyn. You can find my music on Spotify, Apple Music, every streaming platform.
Okay.
Basically.
And definitely run up her YouTube videos and get those views up for her. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that.
Yes,
Good
indeed.
jazz. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to thank her so much for coming on Tanny Talks Live. I appreciate you. To be quite honest, I am very much a fan, and I'm so glad that you came
thank
here
you.
and we got to vibe out. You know, I am your radio bestie.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
For
It's a
sure,
good time.
for sure. It was a good time,
Yeah,
right? No, we
for
gotta hang
sure.
out for sure now. So if you guys want to tune in for next week, I'm also gonna post a poll so we can talk about what we're gonna talk about, and I am going to spill the beans next week of who will be the guest. So much for joining. I appreciate you so much.
Bye.
Tune in next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Streaming